So here's 5 mistakes people typically make when they're purchasing car insurance. First of all, when you're purchasing car insurance, it's really a mistake to only focus on the price. You want a low price, I get that, but make sure that that policy has everything you really need, which brings us to mistake number 2. When purchasing a car insurance policy, sit down and figure out what kind of policy you need. You can do this with just a little bit of research. Fortunately now, research is pretty easy with the internet. But you're going to want to know what the various terms are, like what kind of collision coverage do you get? Does it get towing? Do you have car rental coverage? Do they pay for your car rental? How much do they pay for the car rental? Do you have gap insurance? When they repair your car under the collision policy, are they going to use original parts, or are they going to use used parts? What kind of deductible it has? You can get the price down quite a little bit if you have a high deductible. But if you have a $1,000 deductible, well, you're going to want to put away $1,000 in the emergency fund, or it's not going to be there when you need it. Mistake number 3, when purchasing car insurance, don't forget to ask about discounts. There's discounts of all kinds. Military discounts, senior discounts, good student discounts, safe driving discounts, and then there's probably a lot more that I've left out. But be sure to ask about them. And that's number 4. When purchasing insurance for your car, shop around. We used to shop around by just making a lot of phone calls. You don't have to do that anymore. Go to your favorite app store and download any number of apps, which will give you multiple quotes from different insurance companies based upon the coverage that you want. So compare prices. Make sure, though, they're looking at the same kind of coverage. And number 5, when you do purchase car insurance, ask about the cost of what's called an umbrella policy, which is an overarching policy that's going to cover you. You might be able to get a little bit lower liability policy and then have an umbrella policy over and above that to cover the very high liability claims that may be made against you. And when you do that, be sure to ask about what's called uninsured or underinsured motorists. This is insurance coverage that's going to cover you if the driver at fault has no insurance or doesn't have very much insurance, and ask them whether or not that umbrella policy comes into play, that policy limit, under the uninsured or underinsured motorists. This gives you a few thoughts, a few mistakes to try to avoid when you're buying car insurance.